Hello everybody, this is Walrus McFish Sr. and we're back with more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Isn't that awesome? Woo, yeah! No, I'm feeling pretty good. We haven't recorded in a couple of days, but I got a minute to record now. As I remember, things were going pretty well. We had, just picked up a couple new summoning spells. We had got another rune. We got that nice mutation set from that weird, freaky Wiz Lab. And that's pretty good. So I'm feeling okay about our character. We're going to keep going through vaults now, I think was the plan. And also in a bit of Dungeon Crawl related news, Dungeon Crawl version 0.15 was released. So that's exciting. So I was also inspired to record some more because I want to finish up this character and then go and download 0.15. There's 2 new gods to play with and a couple of other things. So certainly I'll be playing a bunch of that. I'll record a bunch of that too if I get the time. Maybe I'll even do a blind run of one of the new gods or something. That could be fun. I want to do a Kozlal run. He seems like a pretty fun god. But in any case, let's focus on this game. And I just want to mention right now, it looks kind of awesome. I've got that half halo thing going on right now. I've just got the halo projected out in front of me. And then considering that this is a metal wall back here, it's sort of like you could imagine my holy halo light is being reflected off the metal wall, and it probably looks really awesome. Alright, this is a great pose for me, great place to put a stash. So, oh, this is just the gates. Alright, never mind. Did we have a stash? Well, we probably do, but it looks like we're pretty good on inventory weight right now. So I imagine we're all ready to keep exploring. One thing I remembered is there was that book that we saw. A papyrus book, interesting. So just because it's a papyrus book, I thought we saw a papyrus book in Sigavudi's vault, and it turned out to be a book of transfigurations. But I guess not, so we will definitely go and check that out. That's worth the several hundred gold for a new textbook. Could have airstrike in it, which we could learn, right? No, we couldn't. We only have 2 spell levels left. But that'll change pretty quick. We're getting another spell casting, another level. Alright, well here comes a Vault Warden. That's nothing to scoff at. Sealing Rune, he's trapped us in. But what you don't know, Mr. Vault Warden, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Alright, now we have to make sure that evil banter was justified. Yeah, of course it goes down, no problem. We didn't even take a scratch. Our defenses are quite good, I can't help but notice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's Nicola. So if I had a Staff of Air again, this would be no problem. What we should clearly do is quaff a Potion of Resistance. Lightning Spire will obviously be no good for us here. Nicola is immune to electricity, no doubt. Really? He's not? He's not resistant to electricity, and he casts Chain Lightning so frivolously? I mean, Chain Lightning doesn't hurt you that much, even if you don't have electricity resistance, but that surprises me. You would think that he would be... Alright, well that's really interesting. So we will throw down a Lightning Spire, I guess. And he's wearing a pair of gloves. Not anything special, though. Would have been nice if he was. New kind of cloak. We have an awesome cloak. Alright, well those gloves might be enchanted at least. Colors of electrocution is not bad. Well, anyway, let's stop stalling. Let's just quaff this Potion of Resistance. Bolt of Lightning missed. Alright, that's kind of convenient too. Let's get up Lightning Spire and a Monstrous Menage. And let's see. How about just a dog? I think I'll just... Oh, Elemental, of course. I forgot all about that spell. So, Elemental in this direction. Perfect. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, and the Elemental is going to be immune to that magic too. That's brilliant. Alright, so the Elemental is going to be really awesome. Here. The Lindworm is just sort of chilling there, but I think I'd just rather attack... Oh, I'm not wielding anything? That's weird. Alright, that's better. Okay, yeah, I mean, I really attack the helpless Nicola. No, so my Lindworm can do it. Good job, Lindworm. He got a shot off. The Lightning Spire finished the job. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, didn't leave a corpse, of course. How about these gloves, though? Anything better? Nah, but we'll wear them just because they're Nicola's gloves. It's a nice little keepsake. Alright, and let's go get that book before we forget about it again. Polished bow. New kind of wand, but I have all my good wands, right? Yeah, I've got all the three big wands. No reason to buy random wands at this stage of the game. Yeah, let's check out this book. Book of Wizardry. It's not the worst book I could have found. Yeah, I mean, Spellforce Servitor is nice, but we don't actually even have any conjurations yet. So let's just go and drop this off at the mini stash real quick. I am near starving. That's unfortunate. I wish Nicola had given me a corpse. I only have 2 bread rations, huh? Just eat an apple. And yeah, I think we're good. We're still fine with all this stuff. Alright, so yeah, potion of resist. Whoops, it's not what I meant to do. Go to the vaults. Yeah, I mean, the big moral of the story there is some Lightning Spire is still not hungerless, huh? I would love it if Elemental and Lightning Spire were hungerless. Moral of the story is if you're fighting Nicola, quaff Potion of Resistance, because you probably have one and you don't want to forget about it. Seriously, because Nicola will kill you. He can and will kill you, and it's not fun. If you have electricity resistance, of course, he is relatively harmless, as we saw. So don't forget about your consumables, is the broader moral of the story. Alright, here's a bunch of ogres coming around, so let's set up a Lightning Spire with some good shots. Orb of Energy, wow, alright, good job, Ogre Mage, I'm impressed. Invisible, huh? That's, whatever. Whoa, the Mystic Blast, man, that Ogre Mage is doing pretty good work there. Let's just, can this guy see invisible? No. Well, we'll just take care of him. Could have gotten a Vist, I guess, or something. Yeah, my magic resistance could stand to be a little bit higher. I still have my, yeah, meat digestion and then stealth. Yeah, I should get up my stealth a little bit, huh, I guess. I'm unstealthy, but that could change. I mean, I've got this stealth mutation. Zerber, alright, protecting everybody, that's fine. Let's just get a couple elementals. I like that these elementals, oh. I was going to say I like those elementals stick around for a minute, but of course that one just disappeared as I said so. I like summons. Yeah, like this elemental is sticking around, I like that. You know, it's nice to have summons that you don't feel like you have to micromanage. Probably we will get Summon Hydra later, especially because that's a spell that the Shining One approves of. But, you know, that one has a very short duration. So honestly, it's kind of nice to get a variety. You know, it fulfills different niches in your playstyle. So here's a model dragon. I don't want to deal with that. Let's get Lightning Spire to block the way, and another elemental. And yeah, you can go up there. And yeah, just take care of this. Take care of that guy for me, would you? Alright, that's fine. I just didn't want to get, you know, burned. All my potions burned away. That's really annoying. Cool, alright, Lightning Spire right here. A couple more elementals ought to do it. Yeah, I like that those elementals just like... Oh, there's already a cloud there. Yeah, I like how those elementals can just sort of teleport around. I feel like air elementals are the most useful elementals. To be honest, I always sort of poo-pooed Summon Elemental. Like, I was hesitant to get it just now. You saw I wouldn't buy the book for it. Because I'm not used to having air elementals. I don't think I've ever had a summoner who was this good at air and who learned this spell. I had earth elementals. They're real slow. And the problem with all the other ones is it's a limited resource. I've had fire elementals too, but it's like, how often do you have clouds of fire? So, I mean, you have to cast Conjure Flame and then cast Summon Elemental, or, you know, I don't know. They're just not as helpful. Meanwhile, I'm digging these air elementals, at least for the time being. A distillery, okay. Alright, well, cyan ugly things. Well, they should be immune to the shock at least. Let's get a monstrous menagerie up too. A couple of harpies. Good. Alright, one more monstrous. Yeah, here we go. Quite simple. I've got a... Oh, whoa. Alright, deep trolls. This is fine. Just throw up a lightning spire too. Stay away from the walls. Yeah, all these guys are just sort of dying. Being a summoner is so nice. I mean, there's a reason why you don't get as much HP for it as you should. Or as much experience points for it as you should. It's because it's just so advantageous to have summoners fighting for you. I mean, it eliminates all the risk. Until you run out of magic or something else happens, you know, of course, we still could die at any second. But let's just appreciate what we got while it lasts. I mean, just going through deep troll packs like that is awesome. I think we're pretty able to handle the depths probably, which is where we might head after this. So that's encouraging. Whoops! Oh yeah, Lightning Spire. Yeah, if I could just get Hungerless of Elemental and Lightning Spire, I could just have a good thing. I mean, Hungerless of this everywhere I go is enough to take down most things. For now, at least, and I'm considering that this is like a depths level pack, and we're taking it down with just these level 4 spells, plus me helping, of course. A Rune Dire Flail. What do you think about that? Maces and flails. Alright, let's see, yeah. Maces and Ego. Rune Dire Flail. We can check it out. Oh, and there was one back on Snake 3. Oh, well, we got a shield, though. Never mind. And we're going to enchant up that Evening Star pretty soon, or else a Demon Whip if we find one, which we haven't, right? Nope. Here's Agnes. What's up, Agnes? Agnes has got a Elijah Tang of some kind, and she's a Spriggan, so she's super fast and pretty annoying sometimes. She's invisible, does some stuff. What we're going to do is throw up a Lightning Spire right here between her and us, just so we can back off and get a little bit of room. Oh, well. Never mind. He or she despises it's a her, I guess. That makes sense. Name Agnes, but whatever. She despises a dishonorable opponent. I don't know if she said that specifically because I summoned something. Well, I despise you, so let's summon another Lightning Spire here. And then a monstrous? Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then we'll just back off a little bit. And then we'll step to the left so the Lightning Spire still has a clear shot. And then, let's see. One more monstrous. Miscast it. Well, I can get a clear shot in right now. I think this should be fine. Oh, good. Cool. And there's a Rune Lagitang. We could check that out, but I don't know. We're already kind of heavily into this Maces and Flails business. I looked it up. The min delay for an Evening Star is 16. The min delay for a Demon Whip is lower than that. I don't remember if it was 12. It might have been 12. So either way, we are justified in training up our Maces and Flails a bit more. Yeah, I don't even remember what it was for a Flail. It might have been 10. I think we're pretty close to it at least. Fighting is getting better. Shields is almost towards 15-ish. Dodging is good as always. Yeah. I guess we're looking good. We can turn off our translocations at some point. I forgot we had that on. We're not really using that for anything but Blink. And I'm pretty sure that's fine, right? Blink is at 3%. Yeah, we'll probably turn that off when it gets to 4 or 5 because it's an experience sink for us. It's -2. How's my haste, by the way? 34%. Not bad. If I got my charms up just like one more point and my spellcasting intelligence got a little bit better, that would be castable. Which is good, because otherwise it's just dead weight. I do have a wand of hasting that I should be using in the meantime. I think we can just take out a nice dragon, right? We're cool with this. We don't have any frost resistance, but he can't hit us. I mean, as soon as we do get hit, it's going to do 100 million damage, but whatever. That's how we're playing right now. High EV. Okay. It's kind of a lousy shop, I have to say, Mr. Wom. I'm not impressed with your stock room here. But whatever, maybe we'll pick up something later. I think there were much better distilleries, probably at cheap prices too. I'm not impressed, Wom. I'm not going to support your little family business there. Yeah, take out the Actor Captain from a distance. Again, Airstrike would be the perfect complement here, and also level 4. So if we can get level 4 Hungerless, we can just cast level 4 spells all day, not to mention the ability to tab as necessary. Here's a Wraith, I bet we could just tap that. One shot. Red Wasp, we can tap this too, right? We have poison resistance, of course, yeah. Much more dangerous if you don't have poison resistance. Those things can paralyze you, and paralysis is like the worst. Yeah, our magic resistance is pretty good. We should be very careful around Sphinxes, for example. And we could conceivably see one very soon. Man, good job, Lightning Spire. Oh, whoops, alright, yeah, well, he died. Another one. Get him. Alright, yeah, I can just tap these guys, though. Some cold resistance would be nice, but it's just icing on the cake. Well, I mean, it's a little bit more important when you're, like, fighting a Frost Giant or something like that, but... Good. Good. Alright, took care of those guys without too much resistance. Alright. Yeah, man, Vault's 1 going down to our sweet power. That guy has got to be a shapeshifter, right? Nope, I guess not. Well, we'll never know, I guess. Well, okay, that's where it came from. I was going to say, Harpies never are alone like that. They travel in packs. See, it would seem very odd to me that a Harpy was flying around like that. Alright, we absolutely want a Lightning Spire here. Let's get one right there. And let's get one just right here. Alright, that's perfect. Now I can tab. Good. Alright, this is good. Well done, Lightning Spire. Well done, Lightning Spire, seriously. Oh, and there's more. Yeah, we are very tab-worthy. We're actually a surprisingly able warrior at this point. I mean, it makes sense for a Tengu. You know, that's what Tengu, that's sort of Tengu's deal. They're sort of like the quintessential warrior mage, but disadvantage being, of course, they're kind of, what's a synonym for glass cannony? I'm gonna say glass cannony, but I know that's my go-to term. I don't know, fragile, but, I mean, you know, glass cannony is the word I'm looking for. Alright, they got low AC, they've got low HP, but they can certainly deal some damage in a variety of ways. And, you know, good defenses too. You know, good everything, except just a little bit on the frail side. Let's continue on to Vaults 2, I guess. I guess we're ready to go. Skeletal Warrior, okay. That's a little dangerous. This is why we should have... Yeah, okay, let's get out that. Alright, here we are. This is obviously the entrance to the crypt somewhere around here, and we're absolutely getting our holy weapon before the crypt. Let's get an elemental. Yep, destroy the Shadow Wraith. Yep, alright, I'm glad that we don't have to worry about dishonorable combat against obviously evil and repulsive things like the undead and demons. I'll just back away from the Cyclops for a second. Yeah, you guys can take care of it. Right? Yeah, you got that. Well done. Well done, guys. And this is... where's the... No way this isn't the entrance to the crypt right here. No way. Alright, well, whatever. Wizard. Wizard, wizard, wizard. Wizard's gotta die. Alright, come on over here. Excellent. Alright, this is perfect. Yeah, let's get an elemental right there, too. Alright, perfect. Wow, good shot, elemental. Or good shot, lightning spire, I mean. Cool. Alright, this is fine. Just get... Oh, I've still got that one from before. Yeah, these elementals, I like them. I mean, I think the air elementals are, like, explicitly the best. I mean, for the reason I say that is because all of the other elementals, if you get it up to level... Oh, whoops, I didn't cast Lightning Spire. That's what I meant to cast. All the other elementals, if you get it up to level 10, I believe, then the elementals will be guaranteed to be friendly. But for air elementals, it's 15. And the only reasons that would be true is because, first of all, you know, air is much more abundant resource, as I said. It's nice to be able to just conjure elementals from anywhere. You know, you just basically cast it like a regular spell as opposed to needing to be next to a rock or a fire or something like that. So it's convenient and much more practical. And also, I don't know, these elementals just seem good. They seem better. So, I don't know. Lightning Spire here is fine. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Get the Demonologists, kill the Demonologists. Shouldn't have cordioned myself off like that. I should have let them come into the open a little bit more. There we go. Alright, alright, fine. Take care of him. You got this. No, he's not helpless by any stretch of the imagination. I keep telling you this, the Shining One, but you don't listen, so I guess you've probably heard this before. Shining One just knows better. I mean, Shining One is a god. He knows who's helpless and who's not, so I guess I just don't understand chivalry. Alright, very good. Nice. Shining One loves blessing those lightning spires. Yeah, the crypt has gotta be here. I mean, this is like a whole big floor of crypt stuff. I've seen 100 zombies and wraiths. Skeletal warriors earlier. Good. Alright, we can take all this, right? Just tab them through. Good. Yeah. Oh, hi guys. Why don't you come over here? Throw up a lightning spire right there and get another elemental. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Alright, yeah, this is just a great combo. Okay, elemental destroyed. More. Whoops. Okay, yeah, how about another one of these and another one of those, and I'll just come forward and just tap these guys a little bit. We do have to get our repel missiles back up. In fact, let's do that right now, because that's just important enough. Uh-oh, it's a Sphinx. Alright, let's back off so that that guy can attack. Kill the Sphinx, please. Lightning Spire's unaffected. Good, alright, I'm glad the Sphinx is at least... Sphinxes are intelligent, are you kidding me? I guess they do, like, have... Right, they've got the body of a woman, right? Or they're like the torso of a woman and then like the body of like a lion or something. Or is it like... Yeah, that's what's going on. A woman's head, lion's body, and the wings of a huge bird. Yeah, and famous for their riddles. Translocation's up to 4, which means that blink is at 2%. I'm going to turn that off and get charms up just a little bit more, because I want to cast haste. I would love to cast haste before Vault 5 would be ideal, and ideally much sooner than that. I mean, we're probably not going to do Vault 5 for a little while, to be honest, just because it's such a pain. It's such a dangerous pain. A pain is not the right word for it. I mean, some parts of the game are a pain. They're just tedious, but not very dangerous. Like I would say Tomb basically falls in that category. I mean, Tomb can be dangerous, but I've never actually died in Tomb. You know, it seems like I've come close to dying in Tomb a bunch of times, but it's not actually that dangerous by the point of the game that I'm usually facing it at. Or at least not for me. It hasn't killed me yet. And you know, your experience may differ. I know the Tomb is renowned as a dangerous place, but I've never actually died there, so I'm not going to actually say it's a dangerous place. But it is a tedious place, and I end up using a ton of consumables, like all my food, and all my, you know, cure potions to cure the rot away, and whatever else, so, you know, that's the reason it's tedious. Other parts of the game are legitimately dangerous, like Vaults 5, although I've gotten better at it. I lost a lot of my earlier characters to Vaults 5. If you look at my high score lists, there's like a cluster of characters that all just died in Vault 5 before I got the hang of it. And I'm not going to say that I have the hang of it now, but at least I'm less likely to die than I was. Alright, vampire time. Let's get a lightning spire, and then maybe, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. One of those and an elemental. Alright, perfect. Seems to be a sufficient army. I don't like to be outnumbered. Which is kind of funny. I mean, most characters in Kraaaw would be outnumbered constantly, but just the way I'm feeling right now, we might as well keep it so locally we always have the numerical advantage. That's the summoner life, baby. I'm sorry if I offended you by calling you baby just now. I didn't mean anything by it. Alright, here we go. Air elementals, swarm them! Get them, yeah! Perfect. The only thing that would make this better is airstrike, so I can cast airstrike instead of just shouting until my bird lungs go, whatever, raw. Although birds actually have rather interesting lungs, which are in many ways superior to mammalian lungs. So maybe that explains part of the reason why Tengu are so awesome. Because the bird lungs, baby. Bird lungs. Bird lungs, yeah. Okay, we finally found our entrance to the vault, to the crypt. Right, that couldn't possibly be anything else. Yeah, alright. We knew we were going to find it in a second. Jiangshi are weird. I don't like the way they move. It freaks me out. And I think that's kind of the point. They hit pretty hard, they move pretty weird and lopsidedly. Yeah. And now I can't help but think about the Jiangshi from Spelunky. This was the first place I ever heard of a Jiangshi, because I played this game before I played Spelunky. But whoa, deflect missiles, seriously. Those things hurt if you don't have deflect missiles, seriously. Get into place in here. But I just thought it was weird that that has Jiangshi as well. I wonder if it was inspired by this game. Or something like that. I don't even know. Yeah, so you saw how much damage we took from that Yaktor bolt just a second ago. So we see the critical importance of deflect missiles. Deflect missiles is just like the most important spell in the game. I've said this a bunch of times, but if you're actually watching this because you're, trying to learn something or whatever, I can't recommend deflect missiles and repeller missiles enough. Even if you're not making it to the point where you're going to cast repel missiles or deflect missiles, most characters, even like, minotaurs or whatever, trolls, can cast repel missiles, and it helps a lot. It makes a big difference. So I recommend it, If you're picking up, you're probably picking up a little bit of charms, if you're sort of a melee character in that boat, and that's the perfect charm to pick up. Alright, a couple of things going on over here. I wish we could just blast these guys. I feel like casting Freezing Cloud on those guys right now. We don't want to get marked. It's the green ones that can mark us, right? I forget. Let's get a Monstrous Menagerie anyway. Perfect. Some Harpy Swarms. Get them! Yeah! Hey, what happened to my Lightning Spire? It's throwing up here, I guess? Somebody must have shot it. I don't like the situation anymore. Let's back off a little ways. With those Yaktos coming around the bend, we also don't have our deflect missiles up, so let's get it up. Even in the middle of battle. Oh, he's got a cool thing. Okay, Vault Warden is wounded. We'd like to kill that Vault Warden at least. Air Elemental destroyed. Lightning Spire destroyed. No, come on, man. Alright, let's get a little bit more of this going on. Okay, fine. Be that way, game. Alright, I can just kill this Vault Sentinel. In the meantime, alright, I'd like that Vault Warden to die quite a bit. Let's get another Lightning Spire here. We're down to the last of our magic, but that's not really an issue. Attack them. Get them. Get them. Good. Alright, large shield there. We may upgrade to large shield eventually. I don't know. I mean, we're not even at full regular shield level. So there was a Holy Wrath weapon here. Yeah, a long sword of Holy Wrath. That's pretty cool. But we can manufacture our own superior weapon of Holy Wrath. Alright, interesting. We have a ring here. Protection of magic. That's not awful. How about this teleportation with 5 charges? Okay. Necromancer. The helpless necromancer. That's just like an oxymoron. Ugh. We're flayed? I was under the impression for some reason that I could not get flayed with RN+++. But maybe it's just because the times I've had RN+++ are usually the times when I've been undead or whatever. And therefore I have been bloodless or something else like that. That's kind of annoying, but oh well. Was hoping not to have to deal with flayed ghosts. Control, we can get this guy, Lightning Spire up again here. Okay, yeah, these guys do hit pretty hard when they do hit. Something like Phase Shift might be nice. Another Lightning Spire, please. Another Air Elemental. Oh, they're still, yeah, see those elementals, they're tricky, you know, you think that they're dead. But then they just, whoa! That was bad. We really got hit hard. Let's back off a little ways. Possibly quaff something. Really wounded, unusually strong, that explains it. Well, I don't like that. Can we take out this guy? Spire is destroyed. Alright, one more Lightning Spire. Yeah, okay. Good. Good. Alright, so I think that was the problem. Yeah, he got, had Might cast on him by that Shaman, which made him super dangerous, and he actually connected the hit, even though our EV is in the 30s, which is amazing. Air Elemental Army with a Lightning Spire, providing artillery from the back. Sounds good to me. Oh. Oh. I don't like the fact that that Ogre Mage can cast. I reached level 20. Brilliant. Alright, does that mean we get a stat point? I think it might. I feel strong. I feel strong like bull. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we got another point of strength. We'll increase our damage output a little bit. It means we don't have to worry as much about inventory. Although, point 15 is out, man, so, you know, no more inventory weight to deal with. So let's appreciate the limitations of inventory weight while we have it, and before we realize that it was actually a good thing. I mean, honestly, I won't miss inventory weight. It feels like a loss somehow. And it's possibly just because it's what I'm used to. I mean, you know how it is. I mean, my rationale is that, you know, games like this, roguelike games like Dungeon Crawl or FDL or Spelunky, alright, part of the appeal is the permanency of the thing, right? Permadeath is a big part of the game, and if you don't play with permadeath, you're sort of missing out on a big part of the experience. So, you know, there's definitely permanent things. You know, in FTL, if you lose a crew member, it's gone forever. You know, here, if you get, you know, mutated or something, well, sorry, it's permanent unless you can do something about it. So, you know, I guess that actually has something to do with, you know what, that was the totally wrong argument. I was arguing about, Headvault Sentinel is a pain. I was arguing about something else. That argument totally applied, actually, to talking about how corrosion has changed. And item destruction is gone. So we can't actually lose any items anymore. So if you lose any items, we'll appreciate that. And you can apply that argument there. As for item weight, I guess my argument against that is it just feels like I think that it will make strength less important and make the characters feel more homogenous. Like if I can just carry whatever I want, you know, well then it doesn't really matter if I'm playing a Spriggan or an Ogre, I can just carry around whatever I want. And of course you're still bound by the 52 slots and everything like that. Can we actually take out this Vault Sentinel though? Let's just stop waxing philosophical, okay? I'm no philosopher, I'm just a crawl player. And I'm a complainer. Alright, I complain when they change things because I'm afraid of change. But considering how good most of the other changes have been so far from point 13 to point 14, I'm excited for the point 14 to point 15 transition. I will embrace it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to those new gods, for example. We had a Dithmenos run on this channel, which is a new god. You know, he was new in point 14, so we'll certainly have a Kozlal run. That should be a lot of fun, right? Mad fun. Alright, done with Vaults 2. I think we'll probably do Vaults 3 and then call it a video. It does take a while to clear out these Vaults floors most of the time, and it has been something like an hour. Not quite. I think it's been more like 45 minutes. I mean, I'm not even using a timer. Isn't that awesome? If you've watched my previous videos, then you understand what an improvement this is. You know, I'm not checking the clock every 2 minutes. I can just sit here and yak to you, brown ugly thing. Oh, well, let's go up and deal with that brown ugly thing. Because I don't want that guy lurking around. I don't want brown ugly things lurking around. Whoops, and he got right up to me, which is what I didn't want. Take him out. Fortunately, our weapon is corrosion proof. Cool. Alright. Dispatch with those brown ugly things. Okay. Here we go. A big old metal vaults floor. You know, things are getting hardcore. We're getting down to the depths of the vaults here. Sort of an annoying layout here for summoning. I mean, it's... Oh, yeah, well. I forgot I shouldn't be fighting freezing creatures because I don't really have the resistance for it. Oh, nice. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, why don't you go handle that? Take care of him. Elemental is lightning spot is destroyed. That's obnoxious. Yeah, okay. You can... Well, okay. Never mind. Just kill you. Thumping him. Alright, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to put off... Whoops. You're sick. I'm trying to put off upgrading to this Evening Star for as long as possible, just because I like the AC. And our AC is not terrible. I mean, if we got slightly beefier armor... Which reminds me, we could get our armor up a little bit. It's at 5. Maybe it could be higher, then I would feel better about transitioning to better armor. A non-protection weapon. My ability to cast Divine Warriors at 50%, that's not bad. I mean, we only need Divine Warriors in case of extreme emergencies. It costs 8 MP. I mean, it's barely as good as any of our other summons, you know, although it will be superior in places where there's a lot of mummies and demons. We'll keep one up through Tomb and Hell and whatever else. If we go to Hell, man, I'm still paranoid about Hell. We'll do Pan for sure. That's my, you know, what kind of game would this be if we didn't do a Pan with a big old holy weapon? It'd be lame. That's what. I guarantee it. Okay, priest should die right now, right? Very good. Elves are not much of an issue, it seems. If we got airstrike, I'd be 100% confident going through. Yeah, I wish we knew airstrike. That's like my one wish. Because I've played through Elf with airstrike before, and the elves are pretty squishy, and if you can hit them all the time with airstrike, and also have a bunch of summons, well, it's pretty awesome. They don't really put up much of a fight. Even the less squishy ones, like the top tier demonologists and annihilators and what have you. Blade masters. There are still elves, you know. Squishy, squishy elves. Good job, team. Potion of Restore abilities, that's nice to have more of. You can never have too many of those. What's going on? Alright, it's a shifter. Can you take that hit for me? That'd be great. Yeah, that's fine, alright. Right, another good thing about having summons is they can eat orbs of destruction for you. Okay, a couple of these guys, not an issue. I don't even know if they can hurt me with my RN+++. Okay. Yeah. Alright. No. Okay, and a whole bunch of slime creatures on the way. but should be an issue. Nice, slime creature's dying. Yep, we got this. It's a large slime creature, nothing to be overly concerned about. Enchant weapon 2. Okay, that's fine. It's Jory, yikes. Alright, Jory is dangerous. He is dangerous. He can blink close. Yikes. Alright, so he's not resistant to electricity, which is to our advantage. Let's get the lightning spire. I'm mesmerized by Jory. Yikes. Well, let's just cast a bunch of summons. As many as we can. This is a job for everybody else other than us. Kill Jory. Alright, just surround him and kill him. That's actually pretty amazing. Look at that. Jory is completely encircled, nearly. That is fantastic. Alright, Jory, take him out. And again, the only thing that would be better would be if we had Airstrike. Airstrike would be literally the perfect spell for us. Jory's destroyed! Bam! The Lindworm is invigorated! Well done, Lindworm. Okay, yeah, Jory explodes. It's all good, alright. Jory is dangerous just because of his Crystal Spear. Well, he's dangerous for a lot of reasons. I mean, he had glowing plate armor. He's a vampire. Vampires are dangerous enough. And, with the Crystal Spear is the worst part about Jory, though. That's the part that people don't expect. It does, like, 100 damage sometimes if you get an unlucky roll. So, the fact that we have... Okay, let's just back off. Don't want to be intelligence drains. Somebody else can take care of that. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. I said kill him. Alright, good. I guess the Shining One doesn't like giant brains. That's cool. Alright, yeah, okay, this is good. Lightning Spire, we already have one. Alright, let's just get an elemental. Elemental. Perfect. Oh, he's a preserver. That's part of the reason why. What's going on? Whoa. Alright, yep, just do that. Control Shaman. My power returning. Oh, just because I killed that Shaman. I was like, what did I lose power? No, that's the Shining One just blessing me with extra power. Whoa, okay. Speaking of Deep Elf Demonologist, here's one now, and it's something we should be very concerned with. Let's throw up a Lightning Spire. Monstrous. Alright, and we're just going to tab this guy, because I think that's actually our best way of dealing damage. And we need to kill him immediately before he starts summoning fiends. Alright, there we go. And the rest of these guys are just chump change. We can throw up a Lightning Spire and, probably just back off a little bit. Here you have a Monstrous in there. How about a Elemental in there? Alright, we can tab. Help out the ranks a little bit. Get them, pals. Woo! Alright, so that, yeah, Deep Elf Demonologist is a slight scare. But nothing to be overly concerned with. Okay, yeah, how about we just kill you? Lightning Spire, you, tab, Air Elemental, tab. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Kill this Boulder Beetle, because I don't trust this Boulder Beetle for 1 second. Alright, there we go. Boulder Beetle dead. We are barely sustained the injury. Of course, those guys are now distracted. Fine. Alright. There we go. Alright. Nothing to be super concerned with. Just a couple of ogre stragglers around here. Come on. Finish him off. Finish him off, I say. Get him. Alright, we got him. Here comes a warg. That's interesting. You don't think it could possibly be Saint Roka. It could just be an orc pack, a regular orc pack, but seeing this orc and this warg, that'd be really interesting. It would be quite the fight. Summon, or I always like fighting Saint Roka as like a summoner or a death knight or as a fellow follower of Boog or anything like that. Anything where you can get a big army versus army fight going on. There's several iconic armies in the game. Same with the Enchantress. We'll run into the Enchantress later. and hopefully we'll have a big climactic battle. Doesn't look like Saint Roka's around here. Alright, yeah. We should deal with this guy as quickly as possible. There we go. Of course, you know the deal with the Convokers is that they convoke people. Yes, that's right. They convoke and call everybody towards them with their word of recall, which is very annoying and can quickly make a harmless situation into a lethal situation if you're not careful. Of course, you can usually just run away if that happens, or fight everybody that they summon, but whatever. Sometimes it's even to your advantage to let them summon a couple of guys your way if you're confident that you're able to handle them, because it clears out guys for the rest of the level, where you might prefer not to deal with them later. Okay, oh, good shot, Lightning Spire there. Very good work. I love that Lightning Spire. That Lightning Spire is truly my pal. Almost makes me want to train up my air magic a little bit more. We should get up to something better than an air raider. If we ever discovered Tornado or whatever, Torando, we shall learn Torando. Very difficult scrap. Anyway, oh, we're marked. That explains where that warg came from. Let's sort of camp out up here. Alright, Convoker. Yeah, get him. Yeah, Tornado would be justification for getting a bit more. Also, if we learned higher level air spells like Conjurations, we could totally learn Chain Lightning. Have you seen Chain Lightning? Oh! We could get Chain Lightning. But we'd have to train up our Conjurations a lot. We haven't seen Lightning Bolt, though. No. Yeah, I think I would almost prefer to just skip Conjurations and just go Airstrike Tornado, but that could be dumb. It depends on what we find. And we still don't have a ranged weapon, really. I mean, other than Lightning Spire. Or, you know, summons in general count sort of as ranged weapons, you know, sort of like Harpy Bolt, you know, shoot a bolt of Harpies at your opponent and then see what sticks. Book of Wizardry, we just bought that. That was a good use of our money. Alright, all scrolls, no books. That's a shame, but there are some good good scrolls in here. I might even pick up those enchant armor. What could I enchant? Hat of Magic Resistance. That's about the only thing I would enchant right now. But yeah, let's pick up one. Why not? We can save another one for later. Yeah, read that, enchant up our hat a little bit. Nice, nice. Feel good about that. AC 24. I smell decay. Yuck. Okay, take a Reaver. Whoa, okay, wait a second. Is this the place? Is this the Hat Academy? I don't know, man. This looks kind of like that Hat Academy vault we've seen in a couple other places. Maybe there is some hats in here and possibly some books or whatever. So I'm hoping we find a nice hat, because our hat is still... Oh, we just enchanted it. Well, that's the first law of Dungeon Crawl, is as soon as you enchant something up, you'll find something better to replace it. That's true with, you know, most role-playing games. Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Pal! I can't believe it. It's a hostile hostile air elemental. I feel so betrayed. I think we can just take this Tengu Reaver 3-on-1. I didn't think that can happen, but I guess maybe that the odds max out at a certain point. Maybe it maxes out at 99% or something like that. Alright, well, we should be aware of that. Nagamage dies. Shiny Buckler, but we already have a pretty good shield. This looks like the Hat Academy. Show me a good hat! Hey, a Nagamage. Did he blink away or something? Oh well. There's probably teachers in here, guardians of various types. A sheer robe. Interesting. Well, I'll certainly check it out. Yeah, just handle those guys if you would. By the way, are we hungless on those yet? Not quite. One more level and we'll be able to get... Alright, sheer robe, hat, robe. Sheer robe we'll certainly check. Worth using Identify on, just in case it turns out to be something awful. Let's see if we got anything else to identify. A Lich. A Book of Power. Another ornate robe. Okay, so there's robes aplenty here. Altar of Veumet makes sense for a hat academy. I know that Veumet appreciates hats. Liches are a little scary. Let's, yeah, this is where we would want to have, oh, I'm actually pretty strong. That would have gone even smoother. A shimmering hat, very nice. Alright, that would have been even better if we had, that Holy Wrath. An Evening Star of Holy Wrath would have trivialized that battle. It was pretty trivial to begin with. Alright, we've got a sweet hat, another robe. Whoa. Whoa. I've already seen the Book of Power, presumably, so... Really? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've seen it before. I just chose not to memorize any of its stuff. What am I carrying around? Harpy flesh. What's in this thing? Orb of Destruction. We could do that. I mean, we could. But, I don't know. I feel like Mystic Blast is going to be underwhelming at this point in the game. It could be just a good Conjurationist training wheel spell. How much amnesia do we have? 3, which is kind of good. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We still want to forget Small Mammal, probably Canine Familiar. That'll free up a few spell levels, so we're pretty good. Alright. Ornate Robe. Well, now we've got plenty of stuff to identify. Let's just read at least one of these identifies. On the hat first, I'm interested in. Okay. Very good. Alright, that's a nice hat. It's a very nice hat. I mean, seriously, we've got the MR++, which is obviously strictly superior to our +2, or to our magic resistance hat. We've got the +1, which is minus an AC, but seriously, it's worth it for the point of fire resistance. And that, the fact that it curses doesn't matter because we'll probably never take it off. That's a pretty good hat. I mean, you never know. We could find the Hat of the Alchemist one day. But, maybe it's in this door. Now, I imagine the Lich is holding all the good loot, right? That would only make sense. Here's another hat, though. Let's check this hat out. That's just a regular hat of magic resistance. Okay. It's nice that they stock up on those in a Wizard Academy. It seems like sort of the kind of thing that you would want in a Wizard Academy. You know, people accidentally casting spells on each other, you know, miscasts or whatever. It's nice to have magic resistance when you're taking classes. But class is canceled forever, sorry. Alright. We'll check out these robes in case they turn out to be the best thing ever. Aha! So you see, I was entirely justified in using a Scroll of Identify there. Because that's the worst thing in the world. That's the worst robe. I don't know why they're holding that there. But, oh well. That's just a terrible, terrible robe. The worst possible robe. That's pretty good robe. Wow, that's actually not a bad robe if I was willing to get extremely glass cannony. But I'd be sacrificing so much armor class. So, yeah, yeah. That's a pretty cool robe. If I were a different type of character, if I were, I don't know. I mean, on a stabber, that would be incredible. You have stealth ++, the slaying there. I don't think we're going to wear it. Just the AC alone. We need the AC, and especially if we're going to transition away from our weapon of protection, we need every point of AC we can muster. What's that? Vault Sentinel. Okay. We got this. Polished Scimitar. Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. No, no. Alright. Now we're wearing our good hat, right? Yeah, okay, good. Which gives us full fire resistance. We could probably afford to maybe take off our other ring. Oh, I like that ring, though, and I was just talking about how I need more magic resistance. Or more AC, and that ring gives me +5 AC. So, I don't know, man. Alright, Orc Knight is almost dead. It should just die. Alright, good. We can kill that Orc Priest. who's probably been smiting us a little bit. Kill that Simulacrolacarum. Good. No problem. I'm sure most of that damage I took there was just from smiting, which is, you know, impossible to avoid. Alright, good. We got this. Just take out these guys. Yeah, I mean, again, it would have been nice and very satisfying to just throw a lightning bolt of my own down that neat little row of Yactors there. Alright. Well, we're done with Vaults 3. Alright, I think we're probably going to call that a video, but thanks for watching, you guys. I'll probably have time to record another video or two tomorrow, so if you're sticking around, that'd be great. I would like to finish this up and go download point 15. I'm excited for that. We can have a fun time with that. But anyway, I'm feeling good about this character too, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.